moving people to healthy. One of the things we talked about is the need for access. And just because you give people access to food, healthier food options, doesn't mean they're necessarily going to buy them. So one of the things we talked about is through product demonstrations. So how do we move people to healthy? We also talked about incenting price. So how do you lower the price of healthy foods so that people are able to afford them? One of the things, and you'll notice on this slide, it says in food deserts, where a significant portion of citizens live more than a mile away from their nearest grocery store, the average price of 6 standard foods is $16.33. Whereas in food-rich areas, the average price is $10.38. And so one of the things RICS hopes to do is to be able to bring down that cost so that people can eat healthier. Because if you're talking about just 6 standard items, the cost, if these were 6 healthy items, would dramatically increase. And so the other thing is one of my favorite cartoons is, it shows someone saying, probably a politician, you know, who wants change? And everybody wants change. But when they ask who wants to change, nobody raises their hand. And so that's because we are creatures of habit. And so one of the things with RICS is we need to look at how do you change people's behavior. And so one of the things we want to do is to look at engaging universities. And so by creating case competitions or engaging students in ways of finding solutions, RICS is small enough that we can kind of change, unlike a big grocery store. However, we're big enough where we can get meaningful data. And so I think that's one of the things that'll help us look at how do you change. One of the other things we want to look at is I would love to have dietitians in the store. And that is so that people can ask questions, so that they can find out if they have a chronic disease, you know, what food should I be eating. And also one of the other ideas that I've had is I like to call it the Garanimals of nutrition. And if you're a little bit older, you'll know Garanimals was a clothing brand. And so if there was a little tiger on your shirt, if you found a pair of pants that had a tiger, you knew your colors were matching. And so I'd like to apply that with food. And so if you're diabetic, then we label things that are good for diabetics. And so maybe we do it a color or we do it a symbol, but finding some way so that you know, even though this item may be healthy, it may not be healthy for your condition. And so how do you get people not just to be healthy, but to be healthy in a personalized level? And so I think those are some of the ways we want to initially start with moving people to healthy.